Deep in the heart of the Staffordshire Moorlands, hidden amongst the heather-covered valleys and windswept hills, lies a dark and lonely body of water known as Blakemere Pool. Locally it is curiously referred to as the Mermaid's Pool. One of the few inland mermaid legends in all of England, this place is steeped in tales of beauty, betrayal, and death. This small, irregular-shaped pond sits high on Moorage Hill near Thorncliffe, just outside of Leek on the edge of the Staffordshire Moorlands. It's surrounded by rugged terrain, the kind of landscape where myths take root and thrive. While mermaids are typically creatures of the sea, Blakemere Pool is one of a few rare freshwater sites across the country to claim that mermaids dwell there. While there are other mermaid stories, few are as eerie or as dangerous as this one. Legend has it that at midnight a mermaid rises from the black, peat-stained waters. She sings, combing her long hair, and lures lonely men to their doom. Many of these men are said to have met their fate after stumbling out of the local pub. Make of that what you will, but just who is this mysterious entity, and why does she allegedly haunt a lake in the middle of the moorlands? There are several versions of this story. One tale says that she was once a sea spirit, brought to the moorlands by a love-struck sailor from nearby Thorncliffe. Another claims she was a witch, thrown into the pool by the superstitious villagers in the Middle Ages. As she drowned, she is said to have cursed her accuser. Days later, he was found clawed to death, submerged in the icy water. She is said to appear, brushing her hair, and sometimes delivering ominous warnings to the locals. Rumour has it that when attempts were once made to drain the Mermaid Pool, its mysterious resident allegedly threatened to flood the entire town of Leek if they continued. The project was quickly abandoned, the threat being taken seriously. A lake that with prophetic noise doth roar, where beasts can ne'er be made to venture, by hounds, or men, or fleeter death pursued, they'll not plunge in, but shun the hated flood. These lines, second-hand from Nietzsche, describe Blakemere, also more ominously called Blakemere, as a cursed place, one where neither beast nor man dares to tread. But not everyone who's dared to try has met a bitter end. In 1689, naturalist Robert Plot visited the pool and reported, "No cattle will drink of it, no bird light on it, all of which are as false as that it's bottomless. My horse drank freely from it, and fowl were seen upon it." That quote coming from his Natural History of Staffordshire. So, is it all nonsense? Well, maybe, but fear often lingers longer than facts, and we all love a good story. Earlier accounts don't specifically refer to this entity as a mermaid. The first recorded mention of a mermaid comes from Charlotte Byrne in 1896. She wrote of two possible origin stories. One, that she was a woman drowned by her lover when he discovered that she was pregnant, and the other that it was a witch who was murdered by the local townsfolk. Either way, the spirit that remains is one of vengeance and mystery. Myths and mermaid stories aside, the pool itself has known real horror. In 1679, a peddler woman was strangled here by Andrew Simpson, a local murderer who left behind 3 victims. In another tale, a man who dared to visit the pool at night chanced upon a second attempted murder underway, managing to save a woman from her grim fate just in the nick of time. Curiously, Blakemere isn't the only haunted pool in the Peak District. It's also not the only one with a mermaid legend. To the north, lying beneath Kinder Scout, lies another body of water with its own legend, this one also being called the Mermaid's Pool, just outside of Hayfield in Derbyshire. In this body of water, a very different kind of mermaid is said to dwell. This one isn't vengeful, but enchanted, and even benevolent. A beautiful water spirit who bathes in the pool each day, and if you're lucky enough to see her, she may grant you immortality. Writing in 1893, Charles Hope writes, "The old folk of Hayfield have a long story of a man who met the mountain nymph. She led him to a cavern, and there she bestowed upon him the gift of eternal life. But beware, some say that if you don't find favour with her, the prize isn't immortality, it's death. Well, things were getting a bit too cheery there. Both pools, Blakemere and Kinder's Mermaid Pool, sit high in the peaks, isolated, windswept and still. It's easy to see how ancient eyes and ears on stormy nights may have seen strange sights or heard strange noises. Is there a more natural explanation for this? Well, as in many cases with moorland spirits, many are blamed on spontaneous flames from the marsh gases that dwell there. Mysterious orbs and pillars of light, sometimes called will-o'-the-wisps, are often seen hanging over peat bogs. It isn't a massive stretch to suggest that there may be some overlap here, but even if it is just a load of hot air, or gas, you have to admit that the stories of mermaids are far more intriguing and capture the imagination much better. So, next time you find yourself alone, admiring the scenery of the Staff's Moorlands, listen for her song, but be advised, don't venture too close to the water. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you'll join me again soon for more Curiosities of Staffordshire.